Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 6 of the ChangeNerd Show. Brian Hampton and I, your ChangeNerd co-founders, are here to talk with you and give you little espresso for your ears this Tuesday morning at 6:30 a.m. if you're joining us from the Central Standard Time. What we're excited about during ChangeNerd episode 6 for the show is really the coronavirus, right? It's such a hot and popular topic right now. COVID-19, how do you manage fear and chaos in the midst of uncertainty? So before we get into our ChangeNerd show today, Brian, talk to us a little bit about ChangeNerd itself and the community.
So the ChangeNerd community is an online learning community for enterprise change makers. So if you work in HR, IT, business transformation, project management, change management, jump into the ChangeNerd community. We have 2 learning channels, the future of work and global work and culture. We also have weekly and monthly events. So jump into the community. We'll see you there.
Awesome. All right, Brian, let's jump into our show. We want to give these people a couple of minutes of knowledge and sort of expression before they get off to wherever they're going.
Yes.
So, Brian, there's a lot going on with the coronavirus, right? We have a lot of fear that's sort of building up. We know a lot of organizations, especially those that are in the ChangeNerd community, they're shutting down travel, they're shutting down, conferences, they're not allowing their people to come into work and really focusing on, sort of remote practices, which have been around for a while. But talk to us a little bit about what do you see coming up with the coronavirus? What about like communication? What should be happening to really manage our fear around the coronavirus?
Well, it's increasing anxiety in our communities. And what we need to do now is, as professionals, is take individual responsibility and start, helping to create balance where we are, whether it's with our families, our friends, our colleagues in the workplace, or even working virtually. Start helping others understand what the reality surrounding the coronavirus, and just kind of creating balance to minimize some of the fear that's happening in society. So earlier today, I received an email from Southwest. It was a great email from Southwest because I fly Southwest sometimes. The email pretty much outlined their cleaning procedures and the investment that they're making to enhance their cleaning procedures so that customers feel safe. Right? That was a great example of a company reaching out to their customers and creating balance. They also highlighted that they're in constant contact with the CDC and other agencies. But they do, and they actually stated this, they believe that the threat is overall low right now in many parts of the US. So it was a great way of letting me know that they acknowledge what's happening in a broader society. They let me know that they believe that the threat is low. They highlighted the investments that they're making, with the aircrafts to make customers safe. That's the type of messaging that we need more of in society, whether it be through social media, again, friends and family, within the workplace. We have to do more to create balance.
Yeah, Brian, like I couldn't agree with you more. And what's so fascinating is we can actually overlay this onto the change process. We can look at, you need a critical mass or a huge mass of people to change their behavior. Look at the sense of the urgency, right, that COVID-19 or the coronavirus created. Now people, I think the joke that we've all heard out there is like, oh, now people want to wash their hands, right?
I know, yeah.
And that's the end result, or that's the behavior that we're looking for. So when we think about doing these large scale change management projects, it's, how do you create that sense of urgency, feel like they're able to make a change? I think the other big thing that you talked about was that an organization really reached out and used organizational communication to increase your knowledge to reduce fear,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
We know so often when people are going through change, especially large scale change or change that they can't control, if there's an absence of knowledge, we aren't able to really grasp our sort of our hands around it, if you will. Therefore, we make up knowledge, or people fill in the blanks and they say, well, I heard from, and then that person heard from, and you see this sort of telephone effect. So what an excellent example from Southwest that they provided knowledge to you to really reduce that fear and that anxiety, to bust those assumptions, which happens so often whenever you're going to go through change.
Absolutely. So shout out to Southwest.
Shout out to Southwest.